Sorry about the clickbait title. The short answer is matchmaking. Long answer to follow. Whether you're one of the flood of new players that APB has seen over the course of the quarantine, or a longtime veteran with a fuck missions but need R255 clan tag, you may often find yourself asking, why do my matches in APB feel so bad? As fun of a game as APB is, missions frequently feel frustrating and painful, even when the match outcome is positive. A player might pull off a win by the skin of their teeth in a 1v1, but that win isn't terribly satisfying because it's just that, a 1v1, a constant back-and-forth kill trade skirmish at best, and an utter curb stomp at worst. The initial instinct when one encounters this problem is to immediately attempt to find somewhere to lay blame. The player base, myself shamefully included, often falls back on fury and accusations against all manner of people. The match felt bad because at least one enemy player was cheating is something that goes through everyone's head at least once in APB. The bitch list is quite large. APB's users will frequently become angry and loudly express their belief that their matches have been spoiled by cheaters, macroers, lag, the fucking veterans, the enemy's choice of weapon, map design, their teammates, and more. And I won't say those people are entirely wrong. The cheating problem still exists, the servers aren't great, most rando teammates are dementia-ridden, and fighting veterans who have been playing since RTW in 2010 is an exercise in frustration. But there is a bigger answer to any one of these things, and that answer is matchmaking. Exactly why matchmaking is the root of the problem will take some explanation, so bear with me. First, let's look at how matchmaking is traditionally handled. Most games with automatic matchmaking, i.e. not a server browser, have a large pool of online users. Each of these users has, depending on the game, a visible or invisible skill rating assigned by the game. When the users indicate that they are ready to play, the server checks the list of online and ready-to-play users and selects a group of them with similar skill ratings. This system has three key facets. 1. An open matchmaking pool. 2. A functional skill rating system. And 3. Usually a relatively large player base. APB's matchmaking works differently. APB's online user base is split into separate instances according to skill rating. Gold and silver players have their own server, while bronze and green players have their own as well. This sounds like a good idea in theory, and was probably the best solution that Gamers First was equipped to implement at the time. Unfortunately, APB's player base is too small for this sort of system to function. To make matters worse, APB's skill rating system is not robust. In fact, it's quite open to abuse. It is not uncommon to see players at max rank sitting in the bronze tier because enough major match losses will eventually allow even a player with thousands of hours to enter what is functionally the newbie and retard containment zone, where that max rank player will proceed to clean house and drive new players away. So, looking back at how other games handle matchmaking, it's obvious that APB ignores all three key facets of the traditional matchmaking formula. APB operates on a closed matchmaking pool due to the way the districts are divided, the skill rating system is dysfunctional, and the player base is small. So what does this result in as far as new player experience? Well, gold tier skill rating is incredibly easy to acquire, so the first thing that happens is that any new player with a working brain in their head will not remain in the bronze and green district for very long. Our hypothetical competent new player is now locked to servers populated by people who have been playing the game for 10 fucking years. Is this hypothetical newbie good? Sure, against people of similar or lower skill, but is he good enough to take down a pre-made squad of 4 friends with 10,000 hours logged between them? No. Absolutely not. And because APB's skill ceiling is so high, our hypothetical newbie feels like he has literally no chance whatsoever. And he's right. Because APB makes no attempt to coddle or instruct the player through the death experience, this isn't COD, there are no kill replays, the new player has literally no way of knowing what he's doing wrong. This circumstance is incredibly irritating and is increasingly uncommon among modern shooters. Many games have lowered their skill ceiling to accommodate the new player experience, and others have put work into making the death experience less harsh and more instructional. Not so in APB. Dying in any other game does not piss me off like it does in APB. It just feels fucking bad, and the game seems to gloat with its hanging camera on your murderer and their 5-second theme song. I wouldn't want it any other way. No game makes the simple act of killing someone feel so much like a BM, but it does mean that players with minimal experience or minimal critical thinking will never realize the core of their issue. Thus, every bad-feeling match gets blamed on cheaters, lag macroers, etc. The matchmaking problems in APB may seem insurmountable. The game's district system is not naturally conducive to opening the matchmaking pool. However, Mr. Scott has explained his intended fix. Matt's plan to fix the matchmaking issue is to open the matchmaking pool across all instances of the same map. So, if a player joins the waterfront district and readies for a mission, rather than only picking from other players in that same instance, the server has the choice of picking players playing on any waterfront district map instance, thus dramatically opening the matchmaking pool. I'll include a link to his comments in this regard in the description below. This system can only be implemented once the engine upgrade goes out, though, so we might be waiting a little while. In the meantime, while there's not much you or any other one player can do to fix the issue, it can be minimized. The constant refrain for games like APB is play with friends, and while I hate parroting well-known advice, it's worth bringing up here. Play with friends. Not because the game is more fun with friends, though obviously it is, but because APB's matchmaking system can be gamed. The server likes to put pre-made squads together, so if you hate playing in 2v2s, make a squad of 3 or more people. Ultimately, I believe fixing the matchmaking is more important than anything else. Good matches of 4v4 or more are rare right now and contribute to a poor new player experience. People often sit in the district chat channel contemplating whether or not APB can be truly revitalized, and I argue that the answer is yes. The game just needs its matchmaking fixed first.